So now we are going to see the subtopic under mechanism of breathing, which is respiratory volumes and capacities. Okay. So first we are going to see about tidal volume. So tidal volume is nothing but volume of air inspired or expired during a normal respiration. So how much volume of air do we inspire or expire during a normal inspiration?
Not too fast, not too slow.
Yeah, normal respiration is 500 ml. Okay. So it becomes 6,000 to 8,000 ml per minute. Okay. It is ml per minute. 6,000 to 8,000 ml per minute. Okay.
6 liter, 8 liter ml.
6 to 8 liters per minute. Okay. So and so that is tidal volume. Actually, that is normal the volume of air which you normally breathe is known as tidal volume. Okay. So tidal volume is 6,000 to 8,000 ml.
6 or 8.
So inspiratory reserve volume, which is also known as IRV. So here it is CV, here it is IRV. It is additional volume of air by a forcible inspiration. So after you inspire, you can inspire more additional amount of air. So that air which you can inspire additionally, so that comes up to 2,500 to 3,000 ml. Okay.
2.5 liters to 3 liters.
Yeah, if you keep in ml, it will be easy. Okay. 2,500 ml to 3,000 ml. Okay. And this is inspiratory reserve volume. You can inspire more than the normal. What volume you inspire more than the normal volume. Okay. And expiratory reserve volume is also like that. So the normal volume you can expire. So additional volume, how much additional volume you can expire than the normal volume is known as expiratory reserve volume. So additional volume of air a person can expire by forcible expiration. Okay, it is about 1,000 to 1,100 ml. Okay. So next one is residual volume. So residual volume is nothing but volume of air remaining in the lungs even after a forcible expiration.
Okay.
So even after forcible expiration, the volume of air which is remained in your lungs is known as residual volume. It comes up to 1,100 to 1,200 ml. Okay. So then with these are the necessary volumes. Okay, with these we can alter the capacities. We can determine the capacities of different types. Okay. So inspiratory capacity is nothing but total volume of air inspired after normal expiration. How much volume totally you can inspire after normal expiration is nothing but tidal volume plus inspiratory reserve volume. Okay. So can you understand inspiratory? So total volume of air inspired after normal expiration is the air which you can normally inspire. That is tidal volume. Okay. Plus inspiratory reserve volume, you can inspire more than that tidal volume is inspiratory reserve volume. Okay. So this one plus this one gives inspiratory capacity. How much you are capable to inspire more than normal inspiration.
Is there something expiratory capacity?
Expiratory capacity, yes.
We'll see in the next
We'll see this. Okay. Now we are going to see the other capacities. Okay, other volume capacities. So
Expiratory capacity.
yeah, last we saw about inspiratory capacity. So here we are going to see about expiratory capacity. So here it is nothing but the total volume of air expired. The total volume of air expired after normal inspiration.
Okay.
Okay. So it is tidal volume plus expiratory reserve volume. That is 1,500 to 1,600 ml. Okay. So the next is functional residual volume.
Okay.
It is nothing but the volume of air remaining in the lungs after normal expiration.
Okay.
So it is nothing but expiratory reserve volume plus inspiratory reserve volume plus tidal volume. Okay, volume remaining in the lungs. So it accounts. Volume remaining in the lungs, which is functional residual volume. It is expiratory reserve volume plus reserve volume. Okay, plus residual volume. So it is nothing but 2,100 to 2,300. Okay. So next we are going to see about vital capacity. So vital capacity is nothing but maximum volume of air inspired after forcible expiration.
Okay.
After forcible expiration, the maximum volume of air inspired is known as vital capacity. So it is nothing but expiratory reserve volume plus tidal volume plus inspiratory reserve volume. Okay, it amounts up to 4,000 to 4,600 ml. Okay. So next one is total lung capacity. So what is the total lung capacity? Is nothing but total volume of air accommodated in the lungs at the end of forced inspiration.
Okay.
After forced inspiration, the total volume of air which is present in lungs is known as total lung capacity. Okay. So here it is residual volume plus inspiratory reserve volume plus expiratory reserve volume plus tidal volume. Okay, which amounts 5,100 to 5,800 ml. So this is about respiratory volumes and capacities of lungs. Okay. So next we will see about exchange of gases. Okay.
Okay. Under the mechanism of breathing.
No, it is third topic.
Third topic.
So now we are going to see the third topic, which is exchange of gases. Okay. So generally gas diffuses in alveoli and from blood and tissues that we have already seen. So it is diffused by pressure or concentration gradient. So with respect to pressure and concentration gradients, the gases are diffused from high pressure to low pressure and high concentration to low concentration region. And in the alveoli it diffuses, and between the blood and tissues it diffuses. Okay, these gases diffuses. So how pressure gradient can be measured in gases?
The gases.
So pressure contributed by an individual gas in a mixture of many gases is known as partial pressure of that gas. So it is denoted by PO2 and PCO2 for oxygen and carbon dioxide. Okay. So pressure contributed by an individual gas in a mixture of gases is known as partial pressure of that gas. Okay. So with respect to partial pressures, so in what regions, what is the partial pressures of oxygen and carbon dioxide we are going to see here. Okay. So in atmospheric air, oxygen is of 159. Okay, in atmospheric air, partial pressure of oxygen is 159. Okay. So whereas carbon dioxide is 0.3. Okay. And in alveoli, the concentration, partial pressure is also known as concentration because according to the concentration, partial pressure it diffuses. So in alveoli, the O2 concentration is 104. Okay, because we are breathing in air, so the oxygen content will be more in alveoli. Okay, whereas carbon dioxide content will be less. So in blood, deoxygenated blood, oxygen content will be 40, partial pressure will be 40, whereas carbon dioxide will be 45 because it is deoxygenated. Okay. And in oxygenated blood, where oxygen is traveling in the blood,
40 comes here.
Yeah. Okay. Where oxygen is traveling in the blood, so this concentration of oxygen will be 95, whereas the concentration of carbon dioxide will be 40 because now only the blood will be giving carbon dioxide to alveoli and getting O2. Okay. And in tissues, the oxygen concentration will be 40 and the carbon dioxide concentration will be 45.
The same deoxygenated blood.
Because it is traveling from tissues, deoxygenated blood. Oxygenated blood is traveling from lungs to other organs to give oxygen. Okay. So solubility of carbon dioxide is 20 to 25 times higher than that of oxygen. So therefore carbon dioxide easily diffuses than oxygen. Okay. So diffusion membrane in our alveoli is of 3 layers. Okay. The first one is alveolar cavity, which is the end part of endothelium of alveoli. Okay. And then the starting layer of blood capillary, and in between basement substance, basement membrane. So these 3 are diffusion membrane in our lungs. Okay. Here only the gas diffuses. And in blood capillary there will be a number of RBCs. Okay, to carry that gases. Okay. So next we will go to our next topic, which is transport of gases. Okay. We are going to see the fourth topic, which is transport of gases.
Okay.
So in this topic we are going to see how the gases are transported, like oxygen and carbon dioxide. Okay. So first we will see what are the substances which help in the transformation of these gases. So 97% of oxygen is transported by RBCs and 3% of oxygen is transported in the dissolved state in plasma. Okay. So this is transport of oxygen. So 20 to 25% of carbon dioxide is transported by RBCs in blood, whereas 97% is oxygen is transported by RBC. Only 20 to 25% of carbon dioxide is transported by RBC. Okay. 70% of the carbon dioxide is transported as bicarbonate. Okay. So the carbon dioxide is transported as bicarbonate, 70% of carbon dioxide. And the remaining 7% of carbon dioxide is transported as a dissolved state in plasma.
It's dissolved state. The carbon dioxide is still dissolved and it will be in plasma.
So this is oxygen also dissolved state. Okay. So here now first we are going to see about transport of oxygen.
Okay.
So when oxygen combines with hemoglobin, it becomes oxyhemoglobin.
Oxyhemoglobin.
So this one molecule of hemoglobin can carry 4 molecules of oxygen to the tissues. Okay. So factors affecting the transport of oxygen. Okay. So the formation of oxyhemoglobin is due to high partial pressure of oxygen, low partial pressure of carbon dioxide, lesser H+ concentration and low temperature. So these 4 PO2, PCO2, H+ concentration and temperature are the general factors. So we are going to see what are the factors which help in the formation of oxyhemoglobin. Formation of oxyhemoglobin is generally formation of oxyhemoglobin is that the oxygen when combined with hemoglobin, oxyhemoglobin. Okay. So here oxygen concentration should be high. So high PO2. Partial pressure of oxygen and the low PCO2 which should contain less carbon dioxide concentration, lesser H+ concentration and low temperature. Okay. And dissociation of oxyhemoglobin. Dissociation is nothing but oxygen is released from hemoglobin. Okay. So dissociation of oxyhemoglobin is favored by the opposite characters, that is low partial pressure of oxygen, high partial pressure of carbon dioxide, high H+ concentration and high temperature. Okay, so these are the factors for dissociation of oxyhemoglobin. Okay, so oxygen binds with blood. Okay, in the alveolar surfaces and dissociates in tissues. So oxygen is going by the nasal chamber and it diffuses to the blood and it reaches to the tissues. Okay, so this is the pathway of oxygen. Every 100 ml of oxygenated blood can deliver 5 ml of oxygen to tissues. Okay. 100 ml of oxygenated blood can deliver 5 ml of oxygen to tissues, whereas one hemoglobin can carry 4 molecules of oxygen. Okay. So next we will see transport of carbon dioxide. So now we are going to see about transport of carbon dioxide. So first we saw about transport of oxygen. So now we are going to see about carbon dioxide. So here carbon dioxide is carried by hemoglobin in the form of carbaminohemoglobin. Okay. So here when the concentration of PCO2, partial pressure of carbon dioxide is high and partial pressure of oxygen is low, then the carbon dioxide diffuses from blood to the alveoli. Okay. Since the carbon dioxide concentration is low in alveoli and it is high in the blood, so from blood it is diffused to the alveoli. Okay, this carbon dioxide. And from tissues to blood also. In tissues also the carbon dioxide concentration is so high. Okay, after the catabolic reactions, it uses the oxygen and releases carbon dioxide. So high, the carbon dioxide concentration is high in the tissues. So it releases the carbon dioxide to blood. Okay. In blood the carbon dioxide concentration is low, will come back to tissues. Okay. So according to the concentration of CO2, it is released and binds. Okay. So here carbonic anhydrase enzyme is present abundant in blood, in RBCs, and the minute quantities of this enzyme is also present in plasma. Okay. So what does this carbonic anhydrase do? This converts carbon dioxide to hydrogen carbonate and hydrogen carbonate ions. It is a reversible manner. Whenever it is needed, it is converted to hydrogen carbonate, again to carbon dioxide, and again to hydrogen carbonate ion percentage. So this reaction is reversible, and whenever the blood needs, in which form it should be transported, it can transport this carbon dioxide in any form. Okay. So here every 100 ml of deoxygenated blood, every 100 ml can deliver 4 ml of carbon dioxide to the alveoli. Okay, so carbon dioxide is traveled from our tissues to the alveoli, where it is released in the alveoli and we release carbon dioxide. Okay, so every 100 ml of deoxygenated blood can deliver 4 ml of carbon dioxide to the alveoli. Okay, whereas every 100 ml of oxygenated blood can deliver oxygen. Can deliver 5 ml of oxygen to the tissues. Okay, because oxygen is traveling from alveolar tissues, whereas carbon dioxide is traveling from tissues to alveoli. Okay. So now the next topic, fifth topic, is regulation of respiration. So how this respiration is regulated? It is regulated by central nervous system, by neural system. Okay. So here medulla region present in the brain, they have a respiratory rhythm center. Okay, so this medulla region have respiratory rhythm center which regulates this respiration. Okay, which performs regulation of this respiratory steps. And then pons region of brain. Okay, it is known as pneumatic center. Okay, that pneumatic center moderate the functions of respiratory rhythm center. So pons moderate the functions of respiratory rhythm center. Okay, and this pons also reduce the duration of inspiration. Okay, by signals, by nerve signals. Okay, and there is some area which is known as chemosensitive area adjacent to the rhythm center. It is adjacent. It is present just side of the rhythm center. Okay, and it is sensitive to carbon dioxide and H+ concentration. Okay, so whenever the carbon dioxide increases, it tries to decrease the carbon dioxide level. Okay. And whenever the carbon dioxide level is very low, it tries to increase. So that is the function of this chemosensitive area, which is present adjacent to the respiratory rhythm center. Okay. Okay. So role of oxygen in this respiratory rhythm center is very insignificant. So oxygen does not play any role. Only carbon dioxide, H+ and other factors play a great role. Okay. So medulla has respiratory rhythm center and pons have pneumatic center. So these two centers are very important. Okay. Okay. So next we will see about the disorders of respiratory system.
Disorders of respiratory system.
Now we are going to see the last topic, which is disorders of respiratory system.
Okay, like these are the disorders of digestive system.
Yeah, this is very disorders. So here the first one is asthma. So how this asthma is formed, how this asthma is caused? It is asthma is nothing but difficulty in breathing, which causes wheezing of our respiratory system. That is a process. Wheezing is a process where the movement of the air from the nasal chamber to outside. Okay. So due to inflammation of bronchi and bronchioles, so the bronchi and bronchioles it inflames. Okay, the inflammation of bronchi and bronchioles causes this wheezing. Okay. Okay. So bronchi and bronchioles. What are bronchi and bronchioles? We have studied at the starting.
Yeah, the bronchi is this separates from the nasal chamber,
from the trachea, which divides forms primary bronchi and secondary tertiary bronchi, and at last bronchioles, which are holding the alveoli. So whereas in emphysema is also a disorder, respiratory disorder. So in emphysema, alveolar walls get damaged. So the alveolar walls where diffusion occurs between the basement and the brain, between the blood, so that walls get damaged. Okay. So therefore respiratory surface is decreased. Okay. Because of the damage of alveolar walls, respiratory surface is decreased. we cannot, the large number of gases cannot diffuse across the
Yeah, the blood and the organs will not get enough.
yes. So it is caused generally by cigarette smoking. Okay, this emphysema is caused generally by cigarette smoking. And the third last one is occupational respiratory disorders. So the occupational respiratory disorders are generally caused in the workers workers who are working in industries and everything which includes grinding and stone making. So in those areas enormous dust is released. So that dust large amount of dust, it cannot cope with our immune system. Okay, it cannot cope with our immune system, and defense mechanism in our body cannot withstand those dust. So therefore, inflammation, it causes inflammation and it causes serious lung damage. Okay. So these are the 3 disorders of respiratory system. So with this the chapter ends. Okay.
Thank you for watching.
Please subscribe.
If you like this video, share this video. Thank you.
Thank you.
Ritika Nanaru signing off.